Hello there everybody, What Culture Wrestling's Adam Clery here, and if you remember, I opened this video last month, the Elimination Chamber version, by telling you it had been, hands down, far and away, the hardest one to write and record I'd ever actually done. WWE flat out did not care about that show. Now yes, it was a good watch, sure, we crowned our inaugural Women's Tag Team Champions, we got a new Intercontinental Champion, and yes, Kofi Kingston is amazing, but none of that really came as a shock, did it? They had no intention whatsoever of using that show to spring any surprises. This time though, they haven't really got a choice, have they? They've not really done much to push us towards WrestleMania, and barring the two matches that immediately came about following the Royal Rumble, nothing is really set in stone. Yes, we're going to get most of that sorted on TV, but there's not really a lot of time. Thus, and you all know the drill by now, our cup runneth over with rumours, whispers, tattletale, all the rest of it, that we've scoured the deepest, darkest, murkiest, dirtiest places of the internet to get our hands on. Will it all happen? No, of course it won't, but that's the beauty of the rumour, isn't it? The devil is in the detail, but the fun is in the chin stroking. So right, yes, we're not getting any younger, are we? My name is Adam Clery, this is the Wrestling Rumours Advisory Board, and these are all the last minute Fastlane rumours you need to know. Number 7, Becky and Charlotte ends in a no contest. WWE, God bless their little hearts, are really trying to stretch this one out, aren't they? A WrestleMania main event for the Raw Women's Championship between Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey has been pretty much set in stone ever since Nia Jax just potatoed Lynch in the face, but that was November the 13th. Since then, WWE have done absolutely goddamn everything to try and somehow keep us guessing over this match. We've had suspensions, we've had people getting arrested, we've had titles being vacated, we've had Royal Rumbles, and now finally this one last hoop for Becky Lynch to jump through. Does actually make sense to me, that one, because you don't really want any of these three going into WrestleMania off the back of a loss like this, as you assume Charlotte would be if it just goes to a regulation finish, and it would give us our first look at the three of them in the ring together, so could happen.
Ronda said it's fake anyway, so who cares?
What? No, it's not true. No, Becky wins.
Rowdy Ronda Russo is definitely going to make her presence felt.
Number 6, Shane and Miz implode. Now, yes, of course, there were rumours about this dating back as far as the Royal Rumble, and then again an Elimination Chamber, and on pretty much every single episode of SmackDown in between, but that is because it is a goddamn lock-in. The whole best in the world angle is definitely something WWE firmly believe you can build a WrestleMania match around, and in all honesty, both men are much bigger draws on that card. They're across the ring from each other rather than in each other's corner. Hence, Forbes and pretty much everybody else with an opinion on the matter still think Shane versus Miz is the match they want to go with. I mean, the build-up to it writes itself. You have a loss here, and then the typical post-wrestling match inquiry between the two of them, which then breaks out into a bit of a shove, then a scrap, then a formal challenge next week on TV, and bang, bada boom, you've got it. You've seen it 1,000 times before, and you're going to see it again this Sunday, apparently.
Has anyone else got deja vu?
But Shane and Miz go together like rama-lama-lama-lama-lama ding da dong, which is exactly what Miz is going to be saying when he gets potatoed by Shane.
What? Impractical to do this after a match. Can you imagine sweaty Shane McMahon doing anything after he wrestles? It would look like the last moments of David Carradine's life.
Jesus Christ.
Number 5, Bray Wyatt returns. I know, last we heard from Bray Wyatt, he was losing his rag on Twitter with a writer from Cage Side Seats who just pointed out that he keeps teasing that he's going to return and then not actually returning, which is quite a bad look for a wrestler, really, because all it does is lessen the impact of your eventual return. Look, there it is. Very spooky, very mysterious. Just come back or stop talking about it, please. But Sportskeeda, though, those cheeky little scamps, seem to think that the time is right at Fastlane for that to finally happen. Now, admittedly, the window of opportunity to squeeze him through into a WWE Championship match is now shrunk down to about the size of a horse's throat. That needs work. Anyway, but still, there are many, many other angles he could work.
Seriously, guys, this deja vu is strong.
This is a less wanted comeback than the last time my aim was a bit off with my girlfriend. You know.
Cleary, he's not the f***ing Candyman. You can't just keep saying his name and expecting him to come back.
They're not my rumours! Number 4, Mandy Rose actually wins. Such is the deserving level of focus on the Raw Women's Championship match between Becky, Ronda and Charlotte, we presume that his blue brand counterpart has become, well, something of an afterthought in the whole process. I mean, admit it, when I said Mandy Rose actually wins, your first thought was, Against who? Now, I'm not shooting on you there, that's absolutely fair enough. WWE don't really seem to care what Asuka's up to at the minute, so there's no reason the fans should either. But come WrestleMania, she is going to need something to do, and there's not exactly a long list of worthy opponents. As it stands, there's absolutely nobody on either brand who seems worthy of a one-on-one match with the Empress of Tomorrow at WrestleMania. Like, none of the former champions have been anywhere near the title picture for a while, and they've made a real mess of this whole Lacey Evans thing. But just what if she dropped the title to Mandy Rose? You would at least then have the necessity for a rematch. And I mean, yes, obviously they did scrap the automatic rematch clause, but if you do it in some kind of circumstance where there's still something left on the table, you can build towards that. It seems easier anyway than doing that than coming up with a fresh challenger in the space of 4 weeks.
Anyone else notice Corey Graves has calmed down on the perving of Mandy Rose recently? Wonder why that is.
Well, Vince does have a type. His daughter. No, blonde.
Number 3, The Undertaker returns. I know, the dead man hasn't been absent on a WrestleMania card since before the advent of the internet. Since before, according to our analytics, most of our audience was even born. Yes, his role diminishes year on year, but regardless, he is always there. This time last year, he wasn't a dead cert, but John Cena had at least begun the process of trying to coax him out of retirement in a big will they, won't they angle. The year before that, Roman had dumped him out of the Rumble, and the pieces were falling into place for a passing of the torch match. The year before that, Vince McMahon had already called him his bitch. This year though, so far we've had absolutely nothing, but reports in the Wrestling Observer do continue to say that WWE do want to do something with him at the event itself. But how they make that happen and against who, well, we still don't know, and the clock is ticking.
You can serve this cake at room temperature or ice cold like the soul of the dead man. Doesn't say he's gonna come back though.
For God's sake, Mark, get Michelle to shave your back this time.
Remember that time he was set on fire? Might help him in 2019. Help him move a bit.
Number 2, John Cena returns. I know, the leader of the C Nation hasn't been absent on a WrestleMania card since before Revenge of the Sith. Since before, according to our analytics, about 15% of our audience were even born. Yes, his role diminishes year on year, but regardless, he is always there. This time last year, he wasn't a dead cert, but he had at least begun the process of trying to coax The Undertaker out of retirement for a will they, won't they match. The year before that, he was already squaring up to The Miz, and the pieces were falling into place for a popping of the question match. The year before that, he wasn't even on the show, but did run in to save The Rock. This year though, so far we've had absolutely nothing, but reports in the Wrestling Observer do continue to say that WWE do want to do something with him at the event itself. But how they make that happen and against who, well, we still don't know, and the clock is ticking.
There's no way you can't see these Technicolor treats. That looks gross. If that's all they're giving him, I wouldn't come back either. Why have they put the things on? They're just gonna get fluffy.
I think he is gonna come back, and I did that after consulting my big book of John Cena.
What book?
Word life. This is basic clickbait economics. Clery, get him on that thumbnail.
Number 1, Dean turns on Roman. Roman Reigns is getting a match at WrestleMania. It's not confirmed yet, we don't know who it's going to be against, but all the signs are already there. You would not bring him back in the run up to WrestleMania to then not use him. You'd save him for the Raw the night after. Now, there is some talk that his opponent will be Baron Corbin. If he's not understandably 100% fit, then putting him in a squash match against somebody who nobody's really invested in is a good way to hide the rustiness in his performance. It eases him back in to the ring, as does the 6-man tag at Fastlane. However, there's no real story there, is there? And WWE loves a story. Dean Ambrose turned heel on Seth Rollins the same night Roman Reigns announced his condition. Then he went publicly off the rails and is not signing a new contract. Having him turn on Roman after he literally battled through leukemia to reunite his brothers is a level of heat WWE will likely never ever get the chance to get again.
No recipes for Dean Ambrose. Yeah, that'd probably make me turn too.
Who knows? Dean Ambrose right now does not give a...
Just have the Baron Corbin match and get the fuck over with.
So there you have it, you lucky lucky buggers. There are all the Fastlane rumours I found on the internet with my eyes, wrote down with my fingers and spoke with my mouth into a camera because I decided that you needed to know it. No need to thank me. It's a pleasure, it's my honour, it's my privilege. Anyway, let us know what you made of them all in the comments below, as well as if you've got any of your own. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Then join us on Sunday night right here in this exact spot. It's myself, Wilborn and Nicholas, I think, on the official What Culture live stream. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Of course, I'm Clery. I'll see you at Fastlane. Bye.